Welcome back. This is Joe from Red Horn Society. And what we're going to go over is some places where you can splurge but still stay under your $1,000 maximum budget to successfully duck hunt on a working man's budget. Though these things aren't 100% necessary, they most certainly make your hunt all the more enjoyable. So to get straight into it, the first thing we're going to go with is your backpack system. You want to have a nice form of somewhat waterproof to semi-waterproof backpack, so that when you put your ammunition, your bottle of water, your pack of nabs for crackers to eat, things like that, it's not going to get wet or damaged while you're hunting. So you can pick generally a decent waterproof bag up or 3M spray it for somewhere around $40 to $60 a bag, as much as $100, but just a nice bag that's going to kind of break up in the background, so it's not going to alert ducks to your presence. Next thing we're going to go with is your duck calls. So your duck call systems, you can spend anywhere from $15 to $250 on a duck call if you want to. Say hello, Rosie. But with that being said, it's not 100% necessary to get duck calls that are over $100 or $200. Every duck call that's on my lanyard is less than $50. I've hunted them for years. I'd typically like to run 2 duck calls in case I have one of them that sticks or on a cold frosty morning. But to run 4 or 5 duck calls, yeah, you can do it. Is it 100% necessary? No, it's not. But one thing that I will say that's necessary to have on your duck lanyard is a pintail whistle. I've called more ducks in with a pintail whistle, not just using it for a pintail, but just or things like that. For the $5 that this little pintail whistle cost, it's never not on my lanyard. You get yourself a nice set of mechanics gloves, about $20 a pair. Just remember to take them off when you're reeling your decoys in. Next, we're going to go into motorized ducks or mojo ducks, whatever you like to call them. In our state, we're not allowed to use them. I have these left over from living in Texas and Florida, but not 100% necessary. But for the $70 or $80, they're really nice to have, especially on late season ducks. Next, we're going to move into hand warmer system. Hand warmer system generally will zip into your waders somewhere. Put your hands in. A lot of times they'll have extra added storage for ammunition, but these come in really handy. I don't really like to duck hunt with gloves on because it messes you up for calling ducks. It just doesn't sound as good. So a good hand warming system is definitely something good to invest in. Moving on from that, we have a gun belt. You can typically pick up an ammunition belt for $15-20. I've used this one for longer than I can remember. It's done really well for me. It's still holding up. Can't believe that it is, but it is. Another place where you can put good money into is a Peltor ear protection system. It takes a little getting used to. You got to walk around the house. You're going to get some funny looks from your wife or your kids. But you can dial these in to where you can hear the ambient noises of the environment that you're in, but at the same time it's going to protect your ears. A good set of Peltors, you're looking anywhere from $60 to $120. Once again, not 100% necessary. You can always just use earplugs or regular muffs, but these are definitely a cool area to splurge in. They can help you out in the long run. Moving on from that, we've got choke tubes. Choke tubes come in a wide variety of flavors. Can cost anywhere from $20 to $30 to upwards of $100. A good pattern master like this, or a Briley, something like that, you're going to be in that $80 to $100 category. Once again, it's not 100% necessary, but it does make it a little bit more convenient when you're throwing more dense shot patterns, and we'll discuss that at greater lengths in a future video. Last but not least, or I don't want to say last but not least, but one thing that I do not leave with, and these are $5 or $10, is leg gaiters. I put these on before I put my waders on. I hate when my jeans ride up underneath my waders. That is one of my least favorite things that happen. So for the $5 or $10 that these cost, I lose these more often than anything else. So pick you up a second set if you're really going to splurge, and always put them in the same place. I put them in the back, in my rear seat, in the pouch behind my driver's seat. So I always try to remember them. That's been about the best system for me. The hardest thing is remembering where you put these things. So once again, this isn't 100% necessary gear, but it definitely makes your duck hunt all the more enjoyable. and you're still, with all this gear, you're still going to be well below that $1,000 of initial investment if you shop savvy in the way that we've taught you. Joe Kapasinski from Red Horn, out.